Alright, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to basically set up the API call with 11 Labs. So you can create text to speech generation, and you can add in a person in your app that can read text and talk back to you. If you don't know what 11 Labs is, it's basically the leading text generation with AI sort of platform in the world. It's really leading the charge, and there's 29 different languages you can use. So let's get straight into it. So head over to 11 Labs here, sign up, make an account, and once you've done that, come back to this tutorial. Okay, so once you've done that, I'll leave all the links for this in the description below, but we have a pre-made voices button here, section I should say, and we want to scroll down here to current pre-made voices, and I'll just show you that for now, because what I want to do is go back to Bubble, and we need to add in a option set here, and this is going to be called Voice ID. And the reason we need this is if we go back to the current pre-made voices, we have names for the voices, so these are different people, pretty much. So different sounding, obviously not people, but different sounding people. So we have a voice ID here, as you can see. Thought I'll quickly show you that. And for the option set voice ID, the reason we're creating this is because in the actual API call, we need to reference the voice ID of the person we choose's voice. So when that's making that call, it needs to reference, the actual voice we want and selected for our use case. So we have display, that's fine. We're going to add in another one. Sorry, we're going to add a new attribute, voice underscore ID, and this is going to be just type text for now. And then all we need to do is go back to the pre-made voices here and just select a few different people. So I'm going to add in Adam, I'm going to add in Callum, Grace, and we'll just go Emily. And then what we need to do is actually go back to the 11 Labs and grab the voice ID for whoever we choose. Go back into modify attributes and paste in the voice ID. We'll do the same with Callum here. Paste in the voice ID. We'll do the same again for we had where was it? Grace. And the last one was Emily right there. Alright, paste that in. Alright, now that's set up, we need to go back into 11 Labs, and you would have made an account, so hit go to app here. And at the bottom left, we want to go to my account, profile plus API key, and you want to create an API key here. So the good thing about 11 Labs is you get 10,000 characters, which is equating to about 10 minutes of audio on the free plan. If you need more than that, obviously you have to upgrade, but the good thing is we can actually try all of this for free. So I'm going to generate a new token here. You do the same. We're going to hit confirm. I'm going to copy that, hit done. Once we've done that, we want to go into our docs and resources, documentation, and we want to go to the text to speech here. And on the right here is you can see the actual curl call. Yours might be on Python, JavaScript, any of these. We want to make sure it's curl, and it pretty much explains what we need in here. So we have a post call. That is the URL. We get the content type, application JSON. So let's set all this up. So back in our Bubble app here, we want to go into the plugins, and you want to add API connector here. I'm going to go add another API, and we're going to call this 11 Labs. We're going to have this as a private key in header, make it private. And what we're going to do here, instead of this, we want to go back into here, and I'll show you what I'm about to do here. So we got to read the documentation. So the authentication, we don't use authorization like we would with the ChatGPT. We have this here, XI API key, which is what we need to use here. So for the key name, we're going to go XI-API-key, like so, and then we're going to paste in our secret key that we just generated and copied. And the shared header, we're going to add that, and content dash type, and application slash JSON. If you're wondering where I'm getting that from, just there, as you can see, that is what we need to put in here. And then this is the body text we need to paste into the body of this call, but we don't need all this, so I'll leave this in the description as well. And I'm going to give a shout out to Gregory John from BuildCamp for doing this. He's actually set this up, so I'll leave this in the description for you guys. And then we want to give this a name, text to speech. Sorry, we need to expand that first. Text to speech. And we're going to use this as an action because we're going to need to reference this in the workflow. As I said in this video, guys, I'm not going to show you how to actually get it to talk back to you. I will show you in a part 2 if there's enough interest in this. So make sure you comment and let me know that you're keen on a part 2, and I'll be happy to do that for you as soon as possible. So action, because we need to use some of these steps in the workflow to reference the call, the voice ID. And data type is not JSON here, it's a file. So when we make this call, 11 Labs is sending it back to us as a file. And then, we can use elements in Bubble like the file player. And that's obviously a file, so we reference that as a file. And then we press the play button, and that's what talks back to us in that voice. And then, as I said, it's a post call because we're sending data to 11 Labs. As you can see, post. Highlighted there. Alright, and then what do we need here for the URL in this blank section? Well, it's here for us right here. Alright, copy that, and we're going to paste that in here. And Bubble says we use the open square brackets for parameters. So the documentation on 11 Labs has these 2 curly brackets here. So this is a dynamic value. So we created an option set of the people's names with our voice ID. We need to add in the voice ID of the person we chose from the option set. And don't worry if it doesn't make sense now, it all will. I'm just trying to explain it to you as best as possible. So we want to get rid of the curly brackets here and add in the 2 open squares. And then this will make this dynamic. And we can actually, put in a different value. So once I hit this, bang, there we have it, just there, voice ID. I'm going to untick private there. And then we'll scroll down. We need to add a value in that, but we'll do that in a second. So back in this, I'm going to copy and paste this again. And then we're going to paste that in there, backspace. And you can see we have a dynamic value here of text as well. This doesn't need to be anything for now, just for test sake. We're going to go just do your name, but make sure we have them quotation marks, because as you can see in the call, we need quotation marks here, but we haven't actually added a quotation marks on the 2 dynamic brackets, which means that we need to add them for the actual value of the dynamic, bracket input. And we're going to untick that private too. Alright, that is nearly ready to go. The first thing we're going to do is quickly add a value in here. So back to our data types and our option sets. I'm just going to grab Adam's voice. So copy and paste his voice ID. And then back in the plugin section, I'm going to paste that in like so. Make sure that's all set up right. Yep, that is perfect. So I'll quickly go over what we've done here. So the name is 11 Labs. The authentication is a private key in the header. The key name is XI API key. Where have I got that from? Right here. You gotta really read documentation, guys. It's like, yeah, I don't know, it's so boring as well, but if you really need to set up calls and do them properly, and you find this stuff kind of hard to comprehend, once you read the documentation and you sort of figure out a few things, it really does make it easier. Okay, so we had that. Keep scrolling down. We have the voice ID. We've done all that. The body, text, model ID. This is all stuff that I can show you in other videos if you guys are keen. Response though, the response is of type file. So back on the call here, we remember I changed the data type. It was set as JSON, which is what most calls are because they're returning text, but we needed it to be a file as the 11 Labs documentation says. All right, and we're not adding a header in here because I've added the shared header, which means that this is applied to all calls under the 11 Labs call here. So, when you're doing ChatGPT, you might need to add a couple different ones, but this is applied to all. So I'm going to initialize this call here. And what do we have? Unusual activity, free tier usage disabled. So I've actually done this before, just before this video. So I need to upgrade my account to do so, but you guys, it will work for you first try. I've actually been playing around with this a bit, and I may have exceeded my character limit, but everything else will work for you. Like that'll work 100% for you guys. I'm going to hit that. Yep, so it's the same. Free tier usage disabled. Paid plan. Okay. So you guys, if you have a free plan, first time using it, so this will work for you first try. So just copy that call and I will paste everything in the description below. But yeah, that will work for you guys. So if you like this type of content and you want a part 2 and, want me to show you like exactly how to set it up and get it to talk back to you, make sure you leave a comment and make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And leave some video suggestion ideas in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.